Identity with Bianka. Hello and welcome to another episode of Explore Your Identity. Here we have conversations about the various aspects of our identity, both positive and negative, that have shaped who we are today. I am your host, Bianka. I'm thrilled to have another incredible guest with me here today. I just want to give a heartfelt thank you to Bianka from PincTiger, the fashion brand. Bianka, welcome and thank you for allowing this conversation here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
How are you doing?
Very good. I've been super busy. Lots
Brilliant.
of projects up and coming.
Oh, good.
We're just working through them one by one.
I can't wait for you to tell us a little bit more about that. So, Bianka, take me back to a particular instance or memory that you have, or something that occurred in your early years or childhood that you feel has kind of shaped who you are today.
Oh, God. I mean, I can go straight back to the nans. Basically, my grandparents come over from Ireland and they were considered quite like a lower class. A lot of people in Liverpool would call the Irish women shawlies because they'd wear crocheted shawls over their shoulders. So they got this kind of name for crochet. And I started crocheting, obviously, because that was something that we were always taught to do in the family. And just like me nan's nan and the rest of them, I ended up with a market stall. So we started I think I was only young though. Talking about 2008 when I first opened my first stall. But from then, like, we were working it constantly anyway. And my auntie used to make these gorgeous little baby hats and put all the marabou fur around it. And these all look like little angels in their little costumes and stuff. And then she moved on to like making curtains and reupholstery and even selling carpets at one point.
So you know how to crochet?
Yeah.
Oh, really well?
And reupholster.
Oh, wow.
Literally living with the women. Do
you know how to do macrame?
A little bit.
Oh.
It's quite similar to crochet. It's just not.
Yeah. I'd love to know how to do that.
Yeah,
I've got these ideas of like a whole collection.
Oh, just with
all
macrame.
Gold and silver and sparkly.
That'd be gorgeous.
But yeah, I still have to learn how to do that. But yeah, so what was your family structure like?
I mean, we were part of the travelling community. I think I'm probably one of the last of the generations. I've lived in a house for 10 years now, so that's pretty settled. But
wow.
Before that, I'd lived in 88 different places.
88?
88.
Wow.
And it weren't that we were just living in caravans. I mean, I did live in the caravan for a little bit, but we would live in B&Bs and hotels, and we would just travel up and down the motorway while my dad was working. And that's where we obviously learn our textiles, and we'd sell that to the communities that we were living in at the time. So,
like when I look at some of the stuff I watch on TV and just what's in the media, I would have imagined like you spend more time in a caravan cleaning up and
there is families like that though, and it does work like that in some cases. It's just a lot of nomadic people. I guess people just assume that they live in a caravan on a field. But there's a lot of different ways to be nomadic in the UK, and it's not always about like living in big family settings and stuff. My family broke up quite a lot. We all lived in different parts of the UK, and some even went to Jersey. So we kind of spread everywhere.
Yeah.
But we lived in small like secular families, and most of us did settle in the end. Like, even though it took me a little while, and trust me, I still can't go on holiday because I will not come home at all, because I'll just make it work.
So what was your household like? Was it a big family, a small family?
I've got 5 brothers and sisters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest one. But
and what was that like, being the oldest?
It's just being like being a mum. Obviously, like, there was a lot of kids there, so it was challenging at times, but it was just like being a mum. I felt like I'd raised kids before I'd even had kids, but when I did have a child, that was different again. So
yeah. So during that time as a child, did you Is that when you learned how to crochet?
Yeah. So we started doing dance with the school, majorettes. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's like it's like Morris dancing.
Okay.
And you use like a big metal stick and it's got these 2 rubber ends on the ends of it to balance it. Okay. And you spin it round and flip it in the air and do all these tricks and wear cute little costumes. And so I was really into that. And my sister was really into it. And my sister's called Tamika, by the way, which is really similar to your name.
What was the reason they called it Tamika?
Oh, but that's another story. So my name's divided into the 3 women in my family. My nana, my 2 nanas and my mum. So B for Beatty, Anne for Annie, and Kath for Karen.
Oh.
So it's Bianca with a K, not a C for Karen.
Yes.
And Tamika is my mum and dad, so it's Tommy and Karen, Tomika.
Oh, lovely.
So that's just that.
Meaningful.
Yeah, well, my mum she was quite artistic when it come to names, I guess.
Yeah.
She thought them out.
Was she also creative?
Yeah, she's really artistic, but she never really got into it much. She just had other things going on, so...
Yeah.
Like she was making money and working and raising kids and stuff, so it weren't really a realistic endeavour for her. And it wasn't for me for a little while as well. Like during COVID, I had to stop everything.
Yeah.
I didn't have any work coming in at all, and I thought, oh God, I've got a kid. It's time to feed the kid and go get a real job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So you said your nana came to Liverpool from Ireland.
Both me nanas.
Oh, okay. And did you spend a lot of time with them? And
not really.
So how did you get to? How did they? At what point did they teach you how to crochet? And
oh yeah, going back to dance, right? So we went to the majorette.
Yes.
And one of my babysitters, Georgie, she was crocheting like a net.
Yeah.
Like thin, like lacy. So I was obviously like, oh God, I want to do that. So I was sitting by her. She does it left-handed, which made it really easy for me to learn, because when I was sat opposite her, I was just copying exactly what she was doing, because she'd used the hand the same as me.
What age was that?
I was about 7.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Or 8, maybe 8. But basically what I did is I started making these gorgeous little dance hairnets. And when we'd go on competitions, my auntie Georgie would sit there and sell all the hairnets for 50p for us to all the little dancers. And I didn't stop. It just started from there and I carried on. So no fabric was safe in the house. Yeah. Because if it was an old curtain, it's now a dress. Like I couldn't leave it alone, and I've always been like that from a kid. So what would you say is like the main inspiration with like your fashion style? Because I've seen your clothes, they're all quite colourful, funky, and they have got a particular character in them. Yeah. Has it been influenced by your childhood in any way? It's rave culture, honestly. Yeah. So when I was growing up, it was like the mid-90s, so it was still quite a big rave scene, although it was getting a lot more commercialised and there was more people demanding money to go to these events. There was still a lot of good free, down low, illegally sort of raves that you could go to, which I did go to quite a bit. And when I turned up... Were they like the daytime ones, or was it all night day raves? And night ones, you know, they like the round the clock ones. I don't think the younger... generation really understand what it feels like to go to a day rave, do they? Do they still exist? I mean, if you pay for it, I think they do. Yeah, if you go into like a weekend festival, I suppose you can get up and rave. But like in a I don't know, multi-story car park that's been abandoned for like 15 years, and you've just got pure bodies in there with music. But these girls, they would turn up in these clothes that I've never seen before. Not in the shops, not in the magazines. It was just a style that felt so unique to me, and it just captivated. You know what it reminds me of? You know, Bratz dolls. When the Bratz dolls first come out, and I was like, that's the rave scene. Like that is a rave girl outfit. So yeah. I'm trying to understand what's influenced like your journey now based on, is there anything in particular that you can pinpoint was like the influence? So there was the rave scene. There was your family, grandma. Yeah. And just the fact that I was just going for it, to be honest with you. Like, I couldn't do anything else. Like, I had a little shop. I was selling incense sticks and like quirky trinkets and stuff from all around the world. And I made a point to make it all fair trade and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I just ended up like not replenishing the stock. And then I found myself just putting stuff I'd made in the stock, but it was selling just the same. So I was like, this is obviously what I want to do.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. I've got to do it.
So what did you do before fashion? Was it more like were you always buying and selling stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and making, I guess,
trading,
in the process.
Yeah, trading's been a big thing. Like I had a little market stall in St. John's Market.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame they've closed it now.
No, I know, but I was there before they even refurbed it.
Oh, wow.
And the community was just brilliant.
Yeah.
And really, honestly, like even years later, I left the market and we all went in on a big shop. Me and a couple of girls, we chipped in, and it was like a consignment store, where you can drop your stuff off.
Where was the shop?
On Slater Street.
Oh, okay. Because I remember there was one on Bold Street. But
it was just off Bold Street. Just on Slater Street. So I don't know what's there anymore. Mm-hmm. But Beat Records used to be right next to us.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, it was popular. Oh. And that was great because we used to have all kinds of people walking in.
And what influences your fashion? Like, is there any like current influences? Because when I look at your designs, they're like really vibrant and full of character.
Yeah, I like a lot of...
Do you still rave?
No, I'm nearly 40 now. So, I mean, like, I could if I really tried hard enough, but honestly, I just like a good plate of food and in bed by midnight. Like,
yeah, so
that's a life.
What influences
it's the
now?
girls and the fun and that love wave. It's the love wave, because how often do you get people in a rave arguing or bickering with each other? Everyone just jumps in there as a dance and everyone's happy and no one's judging no one. And I just think like that is it for me. Like that's got to come out somewhere in the aesthetic. I want you to wear it. I want you to feel gorgeous. But a lot of the stuff that I make is based on who I'm working with as well.
And okay, so just to give the audience or the viewers and listeners like some context into your brand, because I know a bit more about it. But in terms of the whole brand aesthetic, just give us a little rundown.
The brand aesthetic is a raver, girl, sprinkly, classy, mixed with Bratz dolls.
Yeah,
it's very Scouse.
But I do like the fact that it's a sustainable brand, though.
Oh no, I do. I work with a lot of fabrics that are going to go to landfills. I get some fabric rolls from retailers who don't stock.
End of roll?
Yeah.
End of, what do they
remnant
call it?
Rolls and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like...
End of line.
That's the one. End of line. So like they're on the way to the landfill and I'll just be like, no, not today. I can see a dress out of that. So gives it. But I like to do a lot of upcycling as well. So I get quite a lot of upcycling customers.
I remember when I started fashion and hearing and getting to find out, I mean, like now there's a lot more information available with the social media, but at the time I started fashion and finding out that fashion was the second most polluting industry in the world after oil, that was quite a shock for me.
Yeah.
So from the very beginning, I was very much interested in sustainable fashion, recycling, upcycling and all that kind of stuff. So I really admire you for kind of going that way with your brand.
No, it's got to be done.
Yeah.
But it's not just that, it's like the future generation, this is what they actually want to see out of a brand. They
definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like I know for the fact somebody who's a bit more of, I don't know, a responsible consumer, they're going to come to the likes of us before they go to Shein.
Yeah.
Because maybe they've got a bag full of clothes that they've already got from Shein. None of it fits or it's all fallen to pieces. Can we make something new out of it? Of course.
Yeah.
We can do it at a fair price as well.
I just like wearing something different and something that you wouldn't see anywhere else.
Yes.
It's part of the identity, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
or just customising what you do by giving it something else.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of that.
And just giving clothes a new life and that means that something that would have gone to landfill in 5 years could end up with a lifetime of 10, 15, 20 years. So
that's serious.
It's a good way to go with your brand. Yeah. So how did we get to Bianka now being this amazing designer? What was the journey getting there? Like what made you decide that, okay, now you've been trading, you've done this, you've done that, you've done the market stalls. What made you think, well, this is my journey now. Like I'm on
set
this path.
On it.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 toes
How
on it.
How did you get there?
Honestly, it was after lockdown. and I went to be a key worker.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got my psychotherapeutic diploma, and I went off to get like a grown-up job in the real world.
Yeah.
And 2 years in, and I'm burnt out because I'm working 96 hours a week.
Before lockdown?
This is 2 years after lockdown.
Okay.
So this is 2021 and then 2023.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I was doing, working 96 hours in a job and barely being able to get by on that amount of life. So I was a bit fuming, but I was even more fuming at myself for thinking that I could actually live that life, and that's not my life. I belong on a machine with pretty fabrics.
What makes you go down that path?
Because I needed to feed my kid.
Okay.
And I had to close my business, because my business, when I was making the kids' clothes, it wasn't really...
So before lockdown, you were doing the kids' clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was supplying shops, mostly online boutiques. I was doing like wholesale.
Were you doing the sewing machinist, the pattern cutting, everything?
But I had 3 machinists who was working with me as well.
You had
so
like
I would
a
just
whole
cut,
system.
measure and draft all my patterns, and I would send them like inventory to sew up for me, and they'd get paid price on what they were making. So we were all making about the same amount of money, which I love, because obviously we're all encouraging each other to like get promoted, and we're all working hard on that. So, but then that lockdown hit and the shops weren't opening. No one was going on holiday. There was no christenings. There was no weddings. And my customers were just tying in the water. And I thought, this isn't going to last 5 months. This is going to take a lot longer than 5 months.
Did you manage to make any masks or any scrubs for the hospitals?
I really did.
During lockdown?
I'd done a little video, a little tutorial, and I put it public on my Facebook. And it was showing people how to make masks out of their old clothes or anything. So that was because my kid got involved and she really enjoyed that. Yeah. So, and a few scrubs that we made as well. In fact, I got donated some elastic and stuff off me followers to like make some more.
No, it was important, isn't it? Yeah. It was like
and it made me feel good that I had like a role and a purpose in like the fight against COVID. And but I had to come out to that. I had to come out to them jobs because it's just not for me. And then I sat back on my sewing machine a year ago, and I'm a year and a half into my new brand now, and I'm going for it. Like I can't do nothing other than this.
Was it easy to transition?
Yes. Because I had a lot of the same sort of...
And you already had all your equipment and stuff?
Exactly.
Oh, good.
Well, that's what I mean, because my first sewing machine, it was an old 60s Singer, and I bought it from British Home Stores for £10.
Oh, wow.
And I got home.
You still had it?
No, I got home and I put my foot down on the pedal, and the pedal literally set on fire. It combusted. Yeah. So I was like shouting my housemate, who just happened to be a physicist. So... is right, and he came and put the flames out and fixed me pedal, right, but it weren't going to last long, let's face it. It was already setting on fire, so this machine's not going to take me far.
I think I've got a similar story about one old vintage
they just set on fire. Be careful. So I got a knock on the door one day, and it was this man. He's doing the postcode lottery for Everton in the community. And I was like, I'll give you a couple of quid for the little lottery ticket. I won £1,000.
£1,000?
£1,000.
Oh, wow.
On one ticket. So I was like, yes, I got me an £800 sewing machine, and I still use it today. And that was...
Is it an industrial one?
Semi.
Oh, wow.
Because it does... like the quilting stitches.
Oh, that's good.
So it's got like
it must be
the
a good one for
£800. Well, it was what I could get. I thought £800 sewing machine, that's going to go further than the one that catches on fire. Yes.
That was definitely meant to be. Yeah. Right?
So I've been rolling on that thing, and it's a genome, and it just goes forever, and great machines. And I got gifted an overlocker as well. So I've been using them. I did have industrial, but after COVID, I needed space in the house. So.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So when you look at your life as a whole, your whole journey, do you feel like there's anything that you feel is an achievement for yourself? Yeah. It doesn't have to be a career. It could be personal.
Do you know what it is? I think for anyone like us, just keeping on is probably the biggest achievement, because it's hard. And sometimes the demotivation is real, and it's only up to you. Like, there's literally no boss to go, get up, get off your bum, get some work done. You have to do that every day. You have to get up and make that commitment to want better for yourself every day. And I think that's what I'm proud of myself for, because we could have liked it ages ago and we're still here.
It takes a lot. I think being a fashion designer is not... What I find is I have like a million ideas in my head all the time, but literally finding the time, balancing time, the motivation, the drive, the resources, the everything, just to make it happen. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
So it's so nice when you've got friends that are fashion designers. Sometimes you can pick up the phone and they can relate, you know?
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's those sleepless nights as well when you've got to finish dresses and you stay up all night. And
because nobody wants a dress in a month, they want it tomorrow.
Yeah. So, no, I can so relate. So, just keeping on is an achievement.
No, it is.
Definitely.
There's lots of other things like the international magazines and going. When we went to the museum.
Getting published.
Do you know what I mean?
100 years of fashion. That was a great achievement.
It was.
And your collection was amazing.
Oh, the 90s.
You did 90s?
Yeah.
I did 1930s.
I love the 1930s as well.
It included an original 1930s dress. That was just meant to be, really, because I just done this. So I go to this costume institute in Wales. This is where I do like my training and stuff. Yeah. So I just been there on a millinery course. Hello, showing my skills. Yeah. So I just done a millinery course with them, and whilst we were there, because she's literally creates costumes for theatre, and she's always got costumes lying around. So she's showing me this dress that she'd bought this dress, an original 1930s dress, and then it came back and it was like literally it needed a lot of repair, so she never used it. And then Gemma gets in touch with me, and I had no choice in terms of the era. It was just 1930s that was left. So there's a dress that was there, and then I got to do 1930s. So it took me a long time trying to restore it, and it probably still needs ongoing work because literally the lace is just falling apart. But what I loved about it, like what I love about that piece, is the fact that you look at it and you can really see the story of what fashion in the 30s was like.
You can feel it.
And there was no zips at that time, and that story is told in that piece because it literally has the
tiniest little buttons and a million of
it's
them.
got like the press studs, but they're so tiny and loads of them, and the finishing and everything. You can really see the story of what kind of equipment.
No stretchy fabrics.
No stretchy
Everything's got to be structured and
it was just how they managed to cut across the bias. And so I was really proud of that
it's
piece.
art, isn't it?
Yeah. So all those things are achievements, because even my deadlines trying to get that collection done, I was just like, I remember phoning Gemma and I'm like, it was, I think, a week before.
Oh my God.
Before the photo shoot. And I said,
bold.
Gemma, is it okay if you just like postpone my photo shoot to another week or whatever? I think mine was probably like the 1st or 2nd. And she's like, well, it's only a week before. I can't do anything. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness me, I'm going to have some long days and long nights here. But
3
you know what?
on the sewing machine.
I pulled through it.
Be proud of that one.
Yeah, so thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
That is an achievement.
Yes.
Definitely. So what is next for you?
Well, Alder Hey fashion show.
Oh yes.
They used the runway. They sent me a bag of fabrics and old clothes.
Oh, lovely.
I get that quite a lot.
Oh, that's good.
So
So you're upcycling?
I'm upcycling.
Wow.
Remaking, upcycling, adding 2. I've got 2 looks out of one dress so far.
Oh, good.
So that's in the works. But they give me all blue fabrics for Alder Hey. Same colour as Alder Hey.
That's nice. But that kind of makes it easy, because this is what I do when I recycle items, even though I've kind of decided what I like, what materials I like to use. Yeah. But when I've got random clothes, I'll either match them according to the textures or according to colours, and then see what I can make out of it. So I mean, the first dress, I just went at it with a pair of scissors, and I was like, the arm, we don't need that. Let's do a big hole there. But cool.
we worked it into 2. So, and they do look quite Bratz dollsy as well.
Oh, good.
So it's in the flavour.
I do like your style. So, and anything else going on?
Oh God, what else have we got? I've got 2 movies as well.
Oh,
I'm doing the
movies.
costume. Yeah.
Oh, well
I'm doing
done.
the costumes for 2 movies. So one of them's going to be filming in April. So I am still building that wardrobe up. And then the next one's in June.
So are you the costume designer or you part of a team?
No, I am literally the only person.
Amazing.
And there's 35 cast members. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah, that is a great achievement. To be celebrated.
It will be celebrated, I promise you.
Oh, cool. So I like to end with some fashion fun questions.
Oh, fabulous.
I thought today I'll dress up for the occasion.
You look
Since
fabulous.
I'm speaking to a fellow designer, I thought, you know what? We're going to turn up the volume with the fashion today.
Yes.
So my first question for you is there any unusual item that you carry around all the time? It could be an item of clothing, or it could be a fashion accessory that you have in your handbag all the time or on you.
Okay, well, I do actually carry around a safety pin.
Safety pin?
Because fit is key. So I do.
Okay.
Tend to always carry a little.
Oh, lovely.
There you go.
Oh, cool. Have you ever had to use it?
Yes.
Many times? On yourself or others?
It's made, like, do you know what? You get into the habit of certain things. So when you do, like, I'm on monthly shoots. So it's either a packet of false eyelashes that have never been opened before, just in case the models forget their eyelashes, and a safety pin.
Oh, cool. Oh, lovely. That's, I usually kind of have safety pins just pinned on my clothes randomly.
Or in my wallet. Just pin them in my wallet.
Yeah, they do come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I try and walk around with all the time is a tape measure. Can't even get the words out. But I forget sometimes.
They disappear.
And do you know what? Every time I haven't got one, that's when somebody asks me to take their measurements. Every single time.
Every time.
Yeah.
I put mine down and turn around for 2 seconds and it's ran away.
Yeah.
Forever.
I either find 10 of them or I can't find any. So have you got an item of clothing that you feel emotionally attached to? You do?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
So remember my auntie I was telling you about, Georgie, who taught me how to crochet at first. She crocheted me a big red, I was going to wear it today, a big red robe.
Oh, wow.
It's lovely.
I can see you're not scared of colour, so that's good.
No, I like a bit of...
Even your fashion
not
is
even the
colourful.
red, to be honest with you. It's not even me go-to, but I just like a bit of pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so this thing, it's like open work, so it's like lacy looking, but it's just...
divine.
You know what, you'll really enjoy wearing it. It's got the feel.
Oh,
that
cool.
You feel luxury when you wear it.
Yeah. How long have you had it? Years.
I'm talking before Pippa was born, so over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And this is no mean feat because I've actually moved that many times. I have to really look after these things and move them with me.
And do you wear it often? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I can swish around the house in it.
Oh, brilliant.
I really do.
That's good. Have you got a favourite shopping experience that you can think of? Most memorable?
I don't really do much.
Do you like shopping?
Not particularly. Because I can't... I like charity shopping. I love going on Vinted because I see things that I want to do things with. But the idea of going to buy something new just to cut up, I can't bring myself to do that. It feels like bad.
Well, I actually like buying new stuff to upcycle.
This is what I don't like.
I guess it's not really upcycling. It's more
customising.
Yeah, customising.
Yeah.
I like to do that.
That's the bit I can't bring myself to do. So I'll just look for something that I think just gives me a second look. You know, when you just look at something twice, I'm like, just take it. I bought a big denim boiler suit the other day.
Oh, nice.
Why not? I'm going to stick the jazzles all over it and be sparkly.
I do like upcycling denim.
Yeah. It's good structure.
Yes.
And to be honest, that's one of the...
And it's readily available.
Yeah, I was going to say it's in landfills for years. It takes so long to break down. You should be using that to upcycle with.
I know. And it's just even thinking about the process of making one pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Surely we deserve to give it like a whole lifetime, don't we? Can you think of any not so favourable shopping experiences, or what do you hate shopping for?
Do you know what? I just like nice quality things. Like I like the feel of nice, thick fabrics.
Yes.
And it doesn't give when you go to the shop. I feel like my fingers are going to come through some of the fabrics. And it's so disappointing because I think, why would I? Like, I appreciate real nice fabrics.
Yes.
And I'm not going to go to a shop just to come out with trace and paper fabrics. I can't do it. So that's the only beef I've got with it, really.
Yeah.
If I buy my own fabrics, I know it's not going to be see-through. It's going to have that nice quality to it that I like. And then I can do my thing.
And last but not least, have you got any fashion-related question for me? I'm sure you can answer all of them because you're a fashion designer. But if you have any, bring it on.
I would like to know what your favourite fabric is to work with.
Oh, that's an interesting question. An easy one to answer.
Okay.
Do you know what? I do actually like working. I do like creating with all sorts of fabrics.
Yeah.
But what I like working on is the African print, Dutch wax print, or Ankara. Some people call it Ankara.
I know it as
well. And the reason why I like working with that fabric is A, it's versatile. So I can use it to make a dress. I can use it to make a cushion, a lampshade, furniture. So you can use it for anything. But the most interesting part is the fact that literally it's the easiest fabric to work with. Like, it's good with threads, it's good with the needles, it's easy to cut, it's smooth, it's really not a fussy
it's nice
fabric.
And thick as well.
Yeah. Obviously, the only downside is the fact that it creases easily.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of working with, it is so easy and such a joy and a pleasure to work with.
And the colours, of course.
The colours, yeah.
And even the history of the patterns as well.
It's
so interesting.
The meaning, there's literally when you look at the African
symbols
prints,
and,
there's a collection of over 1,000 prints.
Well, you see a lot of Versace and things, they steal a lot of the ideas from onto this.
Exactly. That's
interesting stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely like working with the African print because it's just versatile, easy, and you can make anything, even millinery. So we've reached the end of our episode. Thank you so much for being my guest today. How can people get in contact with you?
You can contact me on PincTiger2K on Instagram. It's probably the best way to get hold of me, but I am on TikTok as well under the same handle. So catch me on one of them.
Okay. We've come to the conclusion of this episode of Explore Your Identity. I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to all our listeners and our viewers. Your support means the world to me. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with our latest content. If you found value out of this episode, be sure to share and let us know what you think. And also have a look at our YouTube channel. You'll find other identity episodes. And remember to keep exploring your identity. Until next time, bye for now.